Did you know? The art of the original treasure trove contains several Easter eggs. With Karn and Hannah looking over the bevy of artifacts, you'll notice that some of the items in the artwork were actual cards. First, there is the touchstone, shown in the lower right, followed by the null rod to the left. Even further left is the Thran tome, and above that is Skyshaper. As a matter of fact, on the art for Skyshaper you will see Karn hoisting the artifact. Featured on over 25 cards starting in Tempest, Karn has been one of the longest surviving members of the Weatherlight Saga. For the uninitiated, the Weatherlight Saga was a storyline that lasted for 13 sets. It tells the story of Urza, one of Magic's most iconic characters, and his fight to save Dominaria from the Phyrexians. Karn was created when Urza discovered that only artificial beings made of silver were capable of surviving the hazardous journey of time travel. This moment was depicted in the art for Stroke of Genius. Karn is known as a strong and large golem with a very kind heart. One of Karn's defining characteristics is his stance against violence. This is evidently shown on the art for Pacifism, a very popular white removal card in limited formats, as well as Karn's Touch. Joyra, a student of the Talarian Academy, gave Karn his name, which means mighty in Thran, the language of an ancient civilization from Dominaria. The word is also engraved on Karn's chest, and was used by Urza as his own personal symbol. It is prominently shown on the medallion Urza wears in the artwork for Blessed Reversal, and on Urza's shoulder pads in Phyrexian Arena. On the cover of issue 32 of The Duelist, an official magazine publication by Wizards of the Coast, Karn is shown holding a student of the Talarian Academy with its campus in ruins. Illustrated by Mark Zug, this piece was never featured on any other official Magic product. However, Mark Zug did create another illustration of the Silver Golem. Just like most of the characters of the Weatherlight Saga, Karn did get his own Magic card. Printed in Urza's Saga, Karn Silver Golem, it became an instant hit for competitive and casual players alike. Karn saw success as a one-off in Hall of Famer Kai Enggel's 1999 World Champion deck called Wildfire. For casual players, Karn was very flavorful as a commander and a finisher thanks to his ability to transform non-creature artifacts into creatures. Karn Silver Golem would later get a foil promo version given to participants in the Arena League program, followed by a special reprinting in From the Vault Relics. A major portion of the Weatherlight Saga is about Urza's preparation for the Phyrexian invasion. It was foreseen that Yawgmoth and his army of Phyrexians would invade and conquer the plane of Dominaria. Urza's grand plan was to assemble the Legacy, with Karn as the main piece for that weapon. When the Phyrexians came, Karn fulfilled his destiny by joining with the other artifacts of the Legacy. This ended the Phyrexian invasion by destroying Yawgmoth, but it also killed Urza and Gerard. However, upon Urza's death, his Planeswalker Spark transferred to Karn, creating the first artificial Planeswalker. It would take a decade later for Karn to receive his first Planeswalker card. After Karn gained his Planeswalker Spark, he created his very own plane called Argentum, an artificial world of mathematical perfection. Karn created a construct from a very powerful artifact called the Mirari to watch over the plane during his absence. That construct was named Memnarch. As Memnarch watched over Karn's world, Phyrexian oil that was accidentally left by Karn began to spread. Memnarch came in contact with this oil and was contaminated. As the oil spread throughout his body, he became corrupted. With his sanity shattered, Memnarch renamed Argentum to Mirrodin, after the Mirari, the artifact he was born from. He then reshaped the plane, creating a metallic world with an ecosystem full of new life forms. His goal was to eventually gain the Planeswalker spark by extracting it from a potential life form. In order to do this, he murdered countless beings. Eventually, his reign ended by the hands of Glisser, a native elf who had the Planeswalker spark Memnarch was seeking. However, the Phyrexian oil remained, and its corruption continued to spread, leading to the events of Scars of Mirrodin. After the events of Time Spiral Block, Karn returned to Mirrodin to find that it was further corrupted by the Phyrexian oil. During this time, Karn discovered the Phyrexian oil was also inside of him. He fought to remove the oil, but lost and became fully corrupted. Imprisoned by Phyrexian oil, Karn became the leader of the Phyrexians on Mirrodin. As the plane became overwhelmed by Phyrexian forces, Karn had a momentary lapse of his former self and sent out a mechanical probe to seek help. The probe ended up reaching Venser, a planeswalker who was a close friend of Joyra. Remembering Joyra's association with Karn, Venser recruited 2 other planeswalkers, Koth and Elspeth, to aid him in stopping the Phyrexian influence on Mirrodin and to save Karn. The 3 planeswalkers travelled to Mirrodin and joined with Melira, a human native with healing powers capable of removing the Phyrexian oil from Karn. Together they entered the Phyrexian leader's throne room, to find Karn sitting there in a catatonic state. Melira removed the oil from Karn's skin, but it was still infecting his heart. In a last attempt, Venser sacrificed himself along with his Planeswalker spark to save the adult Golem. It worked, as all remnants of the oil was removed. Karn, now back to his former self, joined Elspeth and Koth to battle the Phyrexians, but their fight was futile. The plane was fully engulfed by the Phyrexians' influence, and became New Phyrexia. Even though Karn's last appearance in Magic lore ended on a sad note, we do see the Silver Golem reunited with his best friend Joyra and longtime acquaintance Teferi in a promotional piece for the new Dominaria set. His return seems imminent, and we can't wait to talk about him again in a future installment of Did You Know Magic? This has been Abby from Master of Magics. Please visit my website mastermagics.co.uk and follow me on Facebook and Twitter at Master Magics. Also, don't forget to subscribe to Gathering Magic to watch more episodes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.